What is up? Welcome to today's live stream. They had that cool little intro at the beginning. I thought that was pretty cool. Thank you everyone for joining. We are answering your CapCut questions or even just your mobile editing questions that you might have. If there is something you're trying to figure out and you're not sure how to do it within CapCut or any other editor, I can always hop over to like InShot or KineMaster or something like that. I want to be a resource for you. I make tons of tutorials on this channel, and this is the first time I've actually done a tutorial live stream. So that should be awesome. And let me show you this. This is the really cool part here. Even though I'm live streaming on here, I can actually have CapCut pulled up during the live stream. Let's go. That's going to be super cool. I'm super pumped. I can go through and do my whole timeline. I can have my little cursor on. How cool is that? I'm super pumped for that. That should be really, really cool. Uh-oh. Whoa, now that's weird. Now I've done something wonky. Whoops. That's okay. Whoa. Now we really done something wonky. Let's get my mouse back. Whoops. I for some reason I must have hijacked my own thing, but we're doing that. I'm still going to show you stuff in CapCut, even with the glitchiness, because I've never really done it that way before. But what is up, everyone? We got Ray in here. We have the Johnson Chronicles here. Starika's here. We got Chase on VR. Muted Burger. Elvira, always here every single week. Nice to see you. Annette showing up early. Nice to have you here as well. So yeah, if you got questions about CapCut, I am here to be that resource to help you guys out as best as I can. And what was really wonky about my thing was like, for some reason, my MacBook took over the controls of my of my iPad. I didn't know even that was possible. I've learned stuff here that is I didn't even know I could do. So we'll be looking at your questions, getting into this. Uh-oh. Are we still going? Why does it say it restarted? What the heck? All right. Well, right now, my live stream says I just restarted it. Not sure if that's actually the case. Hopefully not. Looks like we're still live. Are we still live, everyone? It says I have 0 people watching. Hopefully that's not the case. But yeah, let's get into some of these questions. Hopefully that'll be awesome. So yeah, how do you add music? Let's start easy. So there's a few different ways you can do this. Let me actually. So what my plan is, and I'm so glad we got so many people in here. What my plan is I'm going to go through questions. We'll have CapCut pulled up on here as well. And then we'll go through those questions. Good. I can see you're all here. Awesome. And don't worry, if you post your question in the chat, I will get to it. You don't need to spam it. No reason to spam. I will get to it. I will answer it for you. If you are here this early, you're getting your question answered. So no fear there. But let me hop over to my screen. I probably should do this, actually. That'll be more helpful. Skadoosh. Here we are. All right. I've got my questions pulled up. We got a system here of how we're going to do this. I got the questions on my phone, so that way I don't lose my place while also having CapCut open at the same time. And I'm also curious, how clear is it? It's pretty clear. It's pretty clear even though I'm screen sharing. That's pretty cool. All right. Let's get into these. The first person I think was on here. I'm not seeing their question anymore. They must have been the one spamming. So how do you make the camera quality 1080p to 1080p 4K? So in order to get something to 4K quality, you have to shoot in actual 4K. There's no getting around that. So if you really want to do the whole 4K setup, you have to shoot video in 4K. However, this is something interesting. If you click on this 1080p, for example, you can actually switch your clip to Smart HDR. So if you do this Smart HDR mode, for example, if you have an iPhone, you could actually convert your clip to an HDR clip. So what I've seen people doing is they'll film and they'll screen record and they'll turn on the Smart HDR, and that can kind of enhance your video. I've also heard of people, when they record in 1080p, just turning it all the way up to 4K, so it's the highest quality settings. I've heard, I still export. If I got 1080p video, I export at 1080p. If you want to mess around with the HDR thing, you can. But, you know, HDR clips kind of stand out depending on which platform you're on. Facebook HDR clips really stand out. But yes, if you're shooting at 1080p, you're kind of stuck with 1080p. I wish there was, there we go. Because I like being up on screen. I want to switch between screens and showing you guys stuff too. So let's hop on to the next one. How to create an audio visualizer in CapCut. That's an interesting one. Wonder if we can have the question pulled up at the same time. There we go. That way I can, will that block? Yeah, that'll block our CapCut screen. So how do we create an audio visualizer? So for the people who don't know, an audio visualizer, if I'm not mistaken, is when music's playing and you got the little beats going up and down to like the sound of the music. Simple answer is no, you cannot do an audio visualizer in there. But if I'm not mistaken, I think there is another way, and you might be able to actually do this from your iPad, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just confirming here. Yes, this is the case. Let me show you here. On my screen, you can go to Render Forest. They were actually a sponsor of the channel a while back. Maybe we got to have them back on here to talk about, and I can do a full tutorial on auto visualizers. But if you go to renderforest.com, you can create a free account. If you end up getting the paid option, I think you can do, higher quality, like 1080p, 4K of these. But they have all these audio visualizers in here, okay? Where all you would have to do is just click on this, click Create Now, okay? Even though I'm doing this from a MacBook, you could pull this website up on your iPad or download the Render Forest app. And you can change the text and everything in here. You can add whatever music you want. So you can upload right here the music. You can do this from your iPad. You can do this from your phone. You can choose the style of the audio visualizer. So you can do this all within Render Forest. You can then take that, once you save it to your files, you can take that and bring that into CapCut and be able to do some CapCut editing effects to it. But they just don't have like the stock videos where it controls the sound waves and makes it look all super cool. So that would be the issue you'd run into. But hey, there's other ways you can do it. Render Forest got you covered. Not sponsored anymore, but hey, I remembered that they had that audio visualizer, and I think you can do some of those templates for free. So hopefully that helps. Hoping so. How to add the effects like powering up. Not exactly sure what you mean by the powering up effect, but I might have an idea. Let me hop over back to our CapCut screen here. So in CapCut, what I see, there's two different types of effects that I see most often. If I click on effects here, there's video effects, which if you go into here, this will just kind of apply a basic effect over everything. So like fisheye lens or motion blur or a magnifying glass, different things like that. But what a lot of people don't do is they don't go over to the body effects. And this, they're constantly adding new stuff into. So if we actually click on this, I've been playing around with a lot of this stuff. In an upcoming tutorial that I'll be probably dropping maybe next week, we'll see about it. If we go to something like cover-ups, they now just added things like this, where I can apply a blur on my face, and it'll actually like track it and everything like that, which is really, really cool. But in here, there's also some other ones. So the power up effect, if it's in CapCut, I would think it's in here, because usually, if I'm understanding the effect correctly, power up kind of has something to do with a person, not necessarily the whole entire thing. So a lot of these, if you go, probably just scroll through these and take a look, because there's like these electric eyes. You'll see these a lot of times in TikToks, in like CapCut edit videos. You even got some Christmas hat ones, so we can put a Christmas hat on me. We can give me a little nose and everything like that. So I would scroll through these. I would take a look. I think chances are the power up effect is probably in here somewhere. And see, there's even some that will like spin around your body, or like give you an outer glow or different things like that. So that would be my guess. That's probably where it's hiding, is probably somewhere in there in that effects section. Man, 46 people. Let's smash that like button, please. I already saw there were 6 likes in here before I even hopped on the live stream. So let's blow this up. Let's get us to 50 likes. That's my goal here. Let's do it. All right. Perfect question. This is so important. Is all music on CapCut copyright free for YouTube? No. 100% no. It is not. I recommend, and this would be because what you'll find like TikTok songs, and this is why it's not. You might be wondering, why on earth, CapCut, are you putting copyrighted music in your editor for me to use just for me to get in trouble with YouTube? Reason why is CapCut is made by the same makers of TikTok, which is ByteDance. ByteDance made TikTok, and they also made CapCut. That's why it's been free for so long, is because it's the creators of TikTok. They're very well funded. They can focus on just making a free editor for people to use to make TikToks. So they put all the music that they have access to for TikTok, but then when someone takes that and uploads it to YouTube, doesn't work. So what I always recommend people to do, and I'm going to be a failure today, because I didn't bring it up here, is to use Epidemic Sound. That is what I use, where you can get a whole bunch of tons of music. If you check my other videos, I normally have a link in the description to Epidemic Sound, but I don't think I have it down there today. But if you go over, I'm trying to think what video has it, dang it. Anyway, but if you go to Epidemic Sound, if you go to one of my videos, should be in the link in the description. I get a commission if you do go use Epidemic Sound, but that's where I've been mining music for years. The other option you could do, you can technically, if you go to my channel, I did a video on how to add music from your phone. It should be in my beginner's tutorial right when you go to my channel. But on there, I show two other free options. One of them is the YouTube audio library, where you can just download video music from YouTube that YouTube says is okay to use in your videos. And the other option was Creator Mix, which is actually made by YouTubers for YouTubers, which is really awesome. So if you go and check out that music, that's all you're safe to use. I think all you have to do is just give credit, but you won't get a copyright strike, anything like that. So do not trust the music inside of CapCut. It's not safe whatsoever. So yeah, don't trust it. And I'll actually leave this pulled up for a second just so I don't lose my spot, because I will get to all of your questions on CapCut. But we do have this as a sponsored stream for those who come here every single week. Oh man, it's blocking it. Darn. For those who don't know, this stream is sponsored by Melon. That is how I'm doing this live stream. It's how I share my screen. It's also kind of how I'm able to share my iPad screen as well, pull up your comments, all that. You can stream in 5 clicks with Melon. Guys, we have 13 signups out of 15. And like I said, if we get to 15 signups, I am going to get the Melon costume. I'm going to dress up as a watermelon, and I'll have to be dressed up as a watermelon the whole entire live stream. We're 2 signups away. Completely free to sign up. You can start live streaming for free. And if you want to get more premium options, you can always upgrade your account. But guys, check it out down below. We're two signups away from me being in a melon costume. And by the way, I better scroll down to the bottom of the chat, and I better see some melons in the comment section, because I've been failing. There they are. There they are. That a boy, Tony. That a boy, Elvira. And that says melon is great. I use it and love it. Awesome. And that's also one of the reasons I have them as a sponsor. They are amazing. But let me see some melons in the chat, people. Yeah, I want to see them as a melon. Sign up then. We're 2 signups away, and it takes creating an account with Melon. It's not extensive. It takes 2 minutes. You create you put your email and your password in. They verify your email, and your account's created. That's literally it. So 2 minutes, 2 signups. If we get it, that'd be amazing. What's up, Abby? There we go. There's the melons in the chat. Come on, I want a melon costume. I think it'd be hot. I think I'd start sweating like crazy. I can Photoshop you into a melon. Do it. Send it to me on Twitter. I think it'd be hilarious. Chapter V Photoshop. Maybe we'll have that appear on screen whenever the melon sponsor thing goes up on the screen. But all right. hopping back in. Like I said, if you're just joining the live stream, we are answering your CapCut questions. And boy, we got 50 people in here. Man, these CapCut live streams might be the way to go. That's looking like the W there. All right, hopping back to how do I want to make sure I get everyone. How do you make transitions smooth? Let's take a look. So the way I do transitions, let me just back this up here. Let's go to a transition spot. So the way I do transitions, at least, is obviously clicking in between there and going through. The ones I like to do are all in the basic section. I like pushes and I like the fast movingness. So like I like to use things like the right. So if I click on this, like something like that, I think is good. But the other part of it too is adjusting like the duration. So depending how long the duration is also going to affect, you know, how your transition is going to go. To make like super smooth transitions, like transitions are kind of drag and drop, to be honest. Like that's kind of how they are. Did I fail to share my screen? I totally failed to share my screen. Let's try that again, huh? Like I was saying, you normally are just clicking the in between. Let me zoom in. Normally just clicking this little little line here to do the transition. And then once that's pulled up, I like to go under basic, and that's where all these transitions are. Like I was saying, I like the right one where it just goes off to the right, and then you can kind of control the duration there. But, you know, it's kind of a drag and drop thing. There's a lot of people who do really short clips and have transition, and kind of do those like CapCut edit kind of style things. So they'll have one here, and then they'll have this like clip like trimmed down really far. And then they'll have another transition here where it's like an up. And so then what ends up happening is you get something like this where it's like whoosh, whoosh. You know, you get these kind of fast transition edits. Let's see if we can get it even smaller. Something like this, maybe. Whoosh, whoosh. So they kind of have it. So maybe that's the kind of style you're looking for, like all these different transitions in between clips. A lot of times it's people doing really short clips and a lot of transitions, and then they combine them all together. So it's like a and then they do a lot of different transitions. So probably the best route to go would be to experiment, you know, do the glitch ones, distortions, the slides, you know, trying all those different ones. But I think the key is to have a lot of short clips, and that'll probably help you get the smooth effect that you want. But yes, hopefully that helps. And thankfully, I can see on my side, I've got my like phone pulled up here, so I can actually tell what I'm showing here. But yes, let's see. Oh man, the World Series is going on. That's not good. We've got viewership competing with the World Series. That's not good. That's all right. How do you make better camera quality? Is there a setting? The only one that I know of that I haven't experimented too much with would be that HDR one that we were kind of talking about earlier, which is this one here. Let me just make sure it's visible. Yep, Smart HDR. So you can kind of turn that on and off. And supposedly it's going to try to export it as an HDR video. But ultimately, what's going to improve the quality of your video is how you're shooting it. So if you're shooting with like a cheap Android phone, it's going to look cheap. It's going to look like a cheap Android. The only thing that's really going to increase the quality is one, if you are downloading videos, what are you downloading them as? Are they low quality downloads? Or are you downloading them from sites where you can download in 4K? So that way, when you put it into CapCut, you'll export it. I don't think necessarily CapCut's going to ruin the quality of your videos. What really matters is what you start with in order to make it really high quality. But yeah, that'd be my thoughts there. So everyone wants to get that higher quality level. But really, yeah, it really matters what videos you're starting with. And then I'd try using that Smart HDR, see if that does anything. I think this is the one I saw before. Similar, we kind of talked about it a little bit already, and then we'll hop onto something else. So I'll just do this one really quick. Obviously, with adding music, you can go to audio. You can go to sounds and use the stuff that is probably copyrighted. Otherwise, I would recommend going either to the man, I wasn't even sharing my screen. I'm getting bad. I'm not doing the share the screen thing very well. You go to audio, you go to sounds, and you can pick the sounds for like TikTok. Or what you can do is use a site like Epidemic Sound and download the recordings from there. That music, you download music from YouTube, be able to use it that way. Epidemic Sound actually has an app you can use. There's apps you can use like Epidemic Sound where you can get the music from there. But yes, that's basically how you add music. If you want to get more specific, go to click on my channel. There's a YouTube for Beginners playlist. In there, I have the how to add music. Watch that one. I'll go through all the different sites, both free, both paid, and I'll show you how to do that. How do you stretch the aspect ratio on CapCut? So I think stretch, you mean by maybe keyframes, I would think, by stretching it. Let's just see if that's even a possibility. So normally for an aspect ratio, you'd go to something. Let me actually go back real quick. I don't want to have your comment pulled up and blocking the screen. Normally for aspect ratio, you choose something like format. And in here, you could choose something like 16:9 or 9:16 and make it, longer. But what you might be able to do, let me just click on the video. I'm wondering if we go to edit and potentially crop, that rotates it. Because I have seen the stretched one. I know there's a stretch transition that you can use. If I go over to the transition section, I've never really had to stretch an aspect ratio. But normally that's where you would change the aspect ratio. But I believe for one of these transitions, transitions, there is a stretch one that kind of does that effect. I'm just seeing if it's any of these. Oh yeah, here, distortion, stretch right. So here's the stretch effect. And if you slowed that down a bit, there's that stretch, or squeeze is another one here. So that might be the effect you might have seen. And then depending how fast you do that, that's kind of the effect you get. The other option other than that would be something inside of format, which I think it won't, you can change the aspect ratio, but it won't actually cause a stretching effect. Hopefully that answers it. That's the only one I really know of, is that transition for stretching the video. Let me just back that up. Cool. All right. Did the audio visualizer. Let's see. Hopping on to the next question. Again, here's a question. This is an important one. Why are you only going live? So, I've been going live weekly. For the past month or so, I've been struggling more or less to upload. I believe that's about to change. I've got a lot of video ideas packed in my head, and I've been trying to think of a way where I might be able to produce more content. And also part of it too is I've been all over the place. Like, I'm uploading videos on Facebook. I'm uploading videos on Amazon. I'm uploading videos on another channel. And I think I had way too many things going on at once to where I just kind of burned out a bit. So, I'm planning on making more. I'm thinking about doubling down on this channel versus focusing more on the other channel. So yes, there should be more content coming out. Right now, my CapCut or just video editing posting schedule has been like every other week. And then something came up that stopped me from posting this week. But rest assured, this next week, you'll be getting some tutorials for sure. That's why I've been kind of hopping all over the place. But hopefully I'll be cranking those out a little bit more. Plus, I've covered so many things in CapCut, and I know a lot of people are like, we want to learn more things in CapCut. Show us more things you can do. It's like, I've done 20 tutorials. I've done 20 plus tutorials on CapCut. How much more can I teach? So I might need to expand some other apps. Thinking about KineMaster, it's pretty big on the Android side. InShot is another one, but then also I want to get into some desktop stuff like iMovie, Premiere Pro, After Effects. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll finally get into, what is that visual effects editor? Darn it, I can't think of it. But there's one for the App Store that's coming out. DaVinci Resolve is coming out for iPad. That'll be nuts. That's some crazy professional editing stuff coming to mobile devices. So yes, that is why I've been more live than posting regularly. But there will be more stuff. I just want to make sure when I put out content, you guys like it and enjoy it, and it's like worth it for you guys to watch it. So it's kind of why I'm holding back. I want to make sure I'm only putting out the best for you guys. But yes, I'm hoping to put out more content. That's the short of it. Ooh, how do you fix the delay for picture-in-picture, aka video in video? So I guess it all depends what you're experiencing. So the one thing I run into with picture-in-picture, let me see if I can do an example here for you. Let me add an overlay here of me blabbing about something. So here's an overlay of me blabbing. Are we still going? I'm bad at sharing my screen. All right. Here's an overlay of me talking. So let's just pretend, even though I'm talking about a watch here for Amazon, let's just pretend that I'm really talking about this camera here, and I'm trying to match up the audio. The unfortunate part is that with CapCut, it doesn't show you the audio bumps. There's no way to see the audio bumps. The only way you can see the audio bumps is if you detach the audio, which will let me detach it from this layer. I don't know if it'll let me detach it from this high, but that's the only way. Here we go, extract audio. So when you extract audio, you can actually see, like on the bottom here, you can actually see these audio bumps. And that helps a lot with lining up your video properly so things aren't disconnected. But it doesn't actually let you do that. It only lets you, now the audio isn't lined up with the video. So that doesn't work. So your only real solution is to click on the video, move it around a bit until it lines up perfectly with what you're saying. And that's all you can really do. It's unfortunate. LumaFusion has the audio bumps, which allows me, if I have multiple layers of different things, like I have a screen recording and I have me showing my face, like this whole setup, like being able to line all this up, I can actually see the audio bumps, so I can align everything, but CapCut really doesn't allow that. But hopefully that makes sense. If you're experiencing other delays where like everything's lined up where it's supposed to be, but there's some weird delay, I would try exporting the video first to see if maybe it's just your preview of the video that's delayed, and not the actual, video itself. So export the video, see if everything's still delayed. If that's the case, you probably need to rearrange your clips a little bit better so that way there isn't a ton of crazy lag or something like that. But if you're actually, clips are lined up properly and you're exporting and still laggy, maybe just do a new project. And as horrible as that sounds, create a new project and try again, because it could be the project's just being wonky and you need to just start a new one, because it really shouldn't be doing that. But hopefully that's helpful. Let's see. How can we use graphs in CapCut PC? That's the question many people ask me. So one of the things I need to get into more is CapCut for PC. It feels bad because like CapCut for PC is one beast, and then CapCut for mobile is another. And they're not like perfectly aligned yet. And then you have CapCut.com, which has like 5 features. So I do plan to get more into using graphs. But probably for now, the simple thing would be that the graphs themselves are similar to every other video editor. So if you learn how to use graphs in Premiere Pro or DaVinci, it's very similar, because all those graphs are doing, if we're talking about the same graphs, is it's color graphs. So it's letting you know like how accurately your video is, representing color, or if there's too much green in your video or too much blue. So you can kind of use graphs that way to color grade your footage. But yeah, I haven't gone deep into the PC version. I made like a tutorial on it and then hopped off. But I probably need to do some updated, like an advanced editing tips for PC CapCut, and kind of cover a lot of those different features like graphs. I think they had some other stuff in there that's not on mobile too. So I will need to hop on that. All right. Ooh, can I do flashback in CapCut? If so, how? Here's a fun one. I'm excited about this one. I think we could do this one. All right. So let's hop into this. So maybe Colin here, let's actually put this on the main track. We'll increase the size there. So I'm going to have a flashback to back in my day. Let's see. I'm going to have a flashback to when I used to edit on a computer. So here I am blabbing, and then I'm going to have a little flashback here. So what I'm doing is, what we probably want to do is have a transition. If I'm not mistaken, one of these light transitions, yeah, is it this one? It kind of work. I think we just want the flash transition. Maybe, no. Let's see. There should be a color white one that we can use, but this is the general idea of how I would do it. That one works. I like that one. So I remember back then. And so I would have like a transition, and depending how fast you want that switch, like to, I'm remembering back then, you could make it really short. So it's a really quick flash. I remember back then. Whoosh. And if you wanted to, you could actually click on the video. You could click adjust. And if you wanted to, you could like take the saturation and turn it all the way down. So it's like, we switch to a black and white color. So it's like we're having this. I wonder if you guys can actually hear this or not. I don't know if you guys can actually hear the. Oh, good. You can't hear my iPad screen. That's good. I want you to hear about this stupid smartwatch I was talking about. Anyway, you'd click play here, and it'll do the flashes back to the a different time period. So that's what I do. I just do the transition, and then maybe for cinematic appearance, lower the saturation, because since it's back a long time ago, usually black and white kind of indicates that this is an old memory. This is something that happened previously. So I would probably utilize that. But hopefully that answers your question, EM Gaming 08. That's how I would do the the back in my day flash kind of look there. All right. You can blur my face. Exactly. I think this is an older comment, but yes, you can add the effects to blur a face. So if we wanted to, me and Mr. K were to do a podcast, I could technically blur Mr. K's face because Mr. K wants to remain anonymous. All right. If we go to the stock videos, there is that says vlog. Can we change the text? Interesting question. Let me actually go to the stock footage just to take a look. I think the stock footage, if I'm not mistaken, it is unchangeable. But let's go ahead and just download it real quick just to double check. Yes, because the stock footage itself is it's stock footage. Like it's literally just a video. So in order to like actually change the video, you can't change a video. It's like a pre-recorded video. However, what we could do is we could click on text, and we could click on text template. And here, if I'm not mistaken, there is some vlog. Yeah, right here. Here's a vlog category. all this text you can change in here. So there are some more vloggy-esque ones in here. And there's also some other ones. If I'm not mistaken, there should be some other really cool ones that you could technically use for a vlog. Here's some opening title ones. And in these, let's just pick one, for example. Maybe this retro one. Maybe we have a retro vlog. We can double click on here, and we can just change the text here to vlog. There we go. Click the check mark. Check. There we go. And now, when we click play, we're going to have our cool whoosh kind of text there. And you can resize it. You can drag it around. If we really want the effect to be down that low, we can. But I would do that instead. Because all you would have to do then, like, take a video clip, make sure the volume's turned like all the way down, and then turn the opacity, which is right here, turn this all the way down. Now you have a black clip, and you can customize the text, make it whatever you want. All we have to do then is resize this and center it down the middle. And now we got your vlog opening here. And you can click on this and you can go back and replace it with any of these other different text effects that you might be able to use for a vlog. So now we have this one here. So this is kind of like a fun little vlog one you could do. But yeah, go through this, take a look at some of these different ones. You might find something here where you might be able to have some fun with a cool kind of vlog style look. Hopefully that answers that question. I actually think it's a great idea. Let's see. But yeah, you can't change the stock videos. That's the shorty of it. Let me back this up so I can have an unruined clip. There we go. Cool. And what is up, Tony? I think I said hi to Tony already. But hello, Tony, again. Tony and Abby, the troublemakers in the chat. That's all I know. That's all I know. All right. How screen green phone thumbnail? I don't know how to go with this. I need to clarify, please, because there's a lot of words in there, a lot of keywords, and I do not know what you're trying to do. And appreciate it, James. Glad the tutorials help. Is All Sons on YouTube free from copyright? If you're using YouTube's audio library, it is free from copyright. So you'll have to go into YouTube Studio. If you go and watch the video, again, if you go to that on my channel and go to the YouTube for Beginners, it's the first playlist when you go to visit my channel. There's a how to add music video in there. It'll show you how to get to that YouTube audio library. But it's all copyright-free music. They've designed it to be, all safe for YouTube and YouTube only. They are changing that. We should be getting new YouTube music where it's still copyright-free. We won't have to worry about that. But we'll have access to more music, which will be awesome. But yes, as of right now, as long as you still have the YouTube audio library, you can access that. It'll be all copyright-free. It's all safe to use then for YouTube. But yeah, definitely check out that video I did on my channel. That'll walk you through the process of accessing the right music to use. Epidemic Sound has 50% off coupons from certain creators. Pay attention. I'm working on getting one. We'll see if I can get one. I'm in the process. So hopefully I can provide that for you guys. I'm working on it. Ooh, Pro Adequate. It'd be great if you could tell us a bit more about CapCut's new feature, Cutout. One more tiny question. If we can batch export individual video clips by splitting one video into several short clips. Yes, that would be great. I don't think they have the ability to batch export individual video clips. I know in a lot of the more professional stuff, you can like export certain sections of a video. But I don't think CapCut has that. Their new feature, Cutout. Let's actually take a look. I probably should let you guys see what I see too, huh? That might help. Because I believe we click on this, Cutout. So yeah, we can talk about this. So what it used to be is that when you click on this, they would have a green screen button and they would have a remove background button. All they've now done is they kind of made it a folder. So when you click on cutout, you're given a few options here. You got the chroma keyer still. So if you have a green screen, you can remove the green from the background. Customize layout, which I believe allows us, that I'm not too sure about. But if you do the remove background button, that'll obviously remove the background, regardless of if you have a green screen or you don't have a green screen, it doesn't matter. So that'll remove everything from the background, and actually does a pretty good job. Like, it's even capturing the watch. So even though it's not my hand, it's doing a pretty good job of capturing it, but it'll do its best to try and capture and remove the background. But that's basically those features. I haven't done the whatever this customized layout one is. I don't know if that's am I supposed to like brush around myself? Is that the concept here? Maybe. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Oh, it is a cutout. It totally is. What? I'm blown away. This looks like masking people. This is something. This is why I'm so excited. It looks like you can actually mask something out. Now, the real question, well, to an extent, I'll have to play around with this, but this looks like potentially proper masking, which would be crazy because when you get into masking kind of stuff, you're getting into things that are much more over the top that you can do, where you can have like, I don't even know how to explain masking effects, but if it is masking, that'd be pretty nuts. But I'll have to play around with it. It could just be a way to remove the background manually. Like if you click that remove background button and it does a horrible job, you might be able to personally go through, cut yourself out, draw around yourself, and be able to remove the background that way, which still might be useful. But yeah, I'll have to explore that a little bit more. All right, let's get to some of these other questions. Where's the whoosh transition again, Colin? I'm not sure if you're talking about Final Cut Pro in that or if you're talking about CapCut. Because with CapCut, it should be in here still. They should have, like, the blur would be what I would consider, I think, the whoosh effect. So, for example, in here, they've got whoosh. Like, this is what they call the whoosh. But I would personally do the, where is it? Is that actually what I want? No, camera one. Under camera, you can do like the right. So it'll do a whoosh, kind of whoosh, or left. And some of these, like you can do top right. And this is actually a pretty kind of a nice whoosh effect. And then what I would also do is add a whoosh sound effect. Again, I use Epidemic Sound. That's where I'll do my whoosh sound effects from. So whenever a transition goes, there's actually sound to it. But yeah, that'd be my thoughts there. The camera movement would be the whoosh. But Annette, if you are referring to Final Cut Pro, I get those from Envato Elements. There's like a Final Cut Pro transition pack for that. Whoosh transition to the right. Yeah, so go to that camera movement transitions, and then you should see a to the right, to the left camera movement, or to the corner. I feel like those adds a little more blur, but make sure to add a sound effect. Even if you have to go to YouTube, I don't know if you have Epidemic Sound or not, Annette, but if you do, look up some whoosh effects. I found like a whip sound effect has a good whoop, whoop kind of sound effect that you can get off of Epidemic Sound, or you can just go to YouTube and screen record a sound effect and throw it on there. Probably won't get in trouble. All right. Let's keep moving. Ooh, this is an interesting one. How do you make the colors run across the text from left to right? This is an interesting one. See, this is actually kind of fun. I'm getting a whole bunch of different ideas of things to attempt inside of CapCut. We will hop to that one here next, just because it has been a bit. yeah, we are pretty deep into the stream. As you guys knows, what was I saying? As you guys know, this live stream is sponsored by Melon. In 5 clicks, you can live stream. You can do this whole entire setup. I'm using Melon. That's how I do all this. If you are interested, the link is down below. You can sign up for free. You can live stream to YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch. You can also add stream keys in. If I'm not mistaken, be able to stream elsewhere too. I'm hoping to try out TikTok inside of Melon pretty soon here. But definitely check them out. Again, guys, we got 13 signups right now. If we get to 15 signups, it takes like 2 minutes to sign up or less. If we get 2 more signups today, I'll have to wear a Melon costume next week. It's going to be pretty funny. But let's see if we can get that. Those extra 2 signups get me to 15. Plus, they're going to send me a Melon t-shirt. I want a Melon t-shirt, guys. Definitely do so. They're an awesome sponsor. I'm so glad they sponsor these live streams. But yes, and I better see some melons in the chat. That's what I want to see. But I'm glad they are sponsoring. It's awesome. All right, so adding the color. Ooh, and this one looks like fun too. Lightsaber effect. We'll get to that one too. Because that I think is a fun one too. Let me get back to the question about doing the colors. Here we go. How do you make the color run across the text from left to right? That was an 817 question. All right. Let's see if we can do this. So from what I would think, let's actually just start with some text, text, just to see what we would have to do to make the colors run across. It'd be good to see an example. The one I instantly think of, and I don't know how great of an idea this would be, but I'll show you what I instantly think of, and if it's right and it helps you, hopefully it does, but I'll show you what I'm thinking I would do. So what I would personally do is I would take the opacity and I'd turn it all the way down. So I've just got test text here, and that would be it. Then I would take the style of the text, and I may be way overworking myself here, and I'd make it green. All right, so I've got my green text. Might resize it here. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool. Then what I would do, I'm going to put myself through way too much work for this. Get off the screen. I don't want you. Be gone, intro. There we go. So we just have this test text here, okay? What I would then do, I'm going to export this sucker out. So we have the green screen text, okay? Then what I would do, let's actually back this up now. Give me all my stuff back. Cool. Then what I would do is click add, and I would add the test text in. So now I have my text set. It's green. I have the green on there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlay it. So we'll overlay it over Mr. Dude counting money here. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a cutout. We're going to do chroma key, and we're going to chroma key over the top of the green. And I'm going to turn up the intensity. So now we have this cutout of the text, and it can be, it can kind of go anywhere we want. But then what we would do is we would add a color underneath. So maybe what I would do, I think it might be under stock videos, to be honest. Stock videos, there might be colors in here, maybe not. Well, then what I would probably do is just add a color itself behind this. So maybe, for example, here, let me just do this. Let me see if I can. Then I'll hop to the next one here. I don't want to, So we'll just make this really, really big. And then we want to make sure that the order of this, I should have a way to control the order. Let's just go back to the overlay. I hope I'm doing this right. Layers. So we want to make sure that this is the higher layer. Or maybe we need to add this after we added that text. Let me just see if I'm doing this right. So let's re-add this in. Boom. And then we'll add this as an overlay. And then, as you can see, I'm probably way overworking myself. There might be an easier way to do this, but this is what I think of instantly. So I'll do that. Chroma key, intensity, turn up. Move this. Hopefully, no. I need to figure out how to get that text in the background. But I hope that makes sense what I'm doing. If this makes sense. I'm doing a cutout of the text. And then I'd be able to put something in the background. Which for this example, I might just do this. Let's just move this to the main track for right now. So I've got my test text here. And then maybe what I could do is go to Canvas. I could choose color. And I can make it a different color and do something like that. Doesn't look perfect. Might need to adjust the intensity of my green screen. But that's what I think of instantly. I don't know if that is the proper way of doing it or not, but that was my best attempt going off of not exploring this a ton. So hopefully that gives you maybe some ideas or sparks some juices inside of you. Because I don't know if that was actually super easy. Boom, boom. I finally caught a live stream. Well, thank you for coming, Blue Waves. I'm glad. But hopefully that maybe made some sense. I don't know. I tried my best. I'll have to figure that one out. But that gives me a tutorial to figure out. Maybe I'll do how to have cool colored text effect or something like that. That might be a fun one. Can you explain the difference between using tracking and keyframes? Yes. So tracking in CapCut, if you ever see that, normally it's for like a sticker or something like that. Tracking is just CapCut attempting to track you, which it sometimes fails at. Like if you turn your head, it's going to fail to do the tracking. You'll see that with stickers. You'll see that with text. You'll see that with like a mosaic blur. And things like that. It's just trying to use AI to track you. Whereas keyframes are you have control of where it goes. It's a little more intensive because you have to go like each little frame by frame, skip ahead a little bit, move the sticker, skip ahead a little bit, move the sticker, and you can, control where like a sticker or text or something goes, but you're doing it manually. So you have like two options there. You can have the AI try to figure out where it goes and hopefully it gets it right. But if it doesn't, you might have to just use keyframes, and you can kind of, the way I define keyframes is allows you to move an item from one point to another. So you can control where that sticker moves by inching it along. I have a keyframes tutorial on CapCut if you're still unsure about keyframes. But yeah, that's kind of the difference. Automatically done for you. Hopefully it gets it right versus, manually controlling where something tracks and moves. Gamingly, thank you, sir. Hopefully we're going to be dropping some more CapCut stuff. Y'all love CapCut. Let me know in the chat. Are you all using CapCut in here? Or are you using something else? I want to know. I'm going to do a poll. I'm going to do a poll on the channel and be like, which editor do you use? And I'll do like 4 of the top ones. So I'll be like CapCut, KineMaster, InShot, LumaFusion, other. So that way I got a better grasp. But I think most of you are CapCut users. Colin, how do you make a really good editing for gaming? I plan on doing this video. It's in my list of ideas because I wanted to do one like how to edit like iFerg in CapCut because he's a popular mobile gamer that does some pretty crazy editing. So I do want to do that video. As far as what I can show you here, that might be difficult, but what I want to do is cover a popular gamer. Let me know. I'll take a look through the comments. Let me know what gamer I should make a video on. Not guaranteeing that I will do it. I think iFerg is a good choice for gaming videos because he posts those on YouTube. But take some of his editing strategies and put them into a video so other people can learn them. I think would be a great idea. So hopefully I'll be making that. Non-copyright photo download website, Pexels. That's Pexels. Pexels. That's where I get free stock photos, free stock videos. That's what I use. CapCut is so elite. It is. It very much is. Tony says, I shoot on an iPhone 12 Pro Max and it works great. Absolutely. I started this channel on an iPhone SE. Gosh darn it. And an iPhone SE is the cheapest iPhone out there. So 12 Pro Max definitely gets the job done. How do you erase objects from a video or picture? Erasing very individual objects is very difficult from a video. You can always remove the background, but just removing, like, if we wanted to remove the lamp here, it'd be very difficult to do in a video. For something like that, you need pro software. If you want to, well, maybe not. Maybe not. I did see someone recently in a YouTube short kind of do an attempt of masking. So basically what you would do is, I can't explain that. Well, maybe I can. Yeah, I could totally do this. Let me show you an example of how you could potentially erase an object. So what you would do, let's say we wanted to remove this black thing. And let me actually show you what I'm looking at. Let's say we wanted to remove this black thing in the corner here. What we could do is we'll slide over on our timeline here and we can click copy. And then we'll move this as a overlay. So let's find the overlay button. Boom. And we're going to move it right over top of the other one. All right. Let's just do this. Cool. Then what we are going to do, we're going to click on this and we're going to do the masking option. Where's masking? Mask. I'm blind. There it is. All right. So we do a mask. Let's do a little square rectangle, and we're going to move it just over the wood here. So we're going to take this section of wood as our mask. Check. Then what we can do is we're going to click on the video, and as you can see, this might be very confusing. We have, because we masked, we have this piece of wood now that we are in control of. Because we put a mask around just the wooden section of the area, we now have this copy of the wood. We could take this and attempt to kind of cover up the, it kind of blends in. So depending on what you're blocking out, you could potentially get away with this. Obviously it doesn't look perfect. Maybe we don't want this AirPods here. Okay. You can see like the little AirPod there. That might work. We might be able to get away with something like that. And depending how we, color grade this, you might be able to make a convincing wood here. Depending how you make the mask, you might be able to mask a certain section, drag it over and kind of cover up something. Obviously, this doesn't look perfect, and that's kind of the limitations of CapCut. Sometimes you can get away with it. Other times it's very difficult. But, what I could do is I could go then further, maybe adjust like the brightness, maybe try to make it look more natural. Obviously, it's going to be pretty difficult here to try and maybe controlling the opacity or something like that. You might be able to pull off some convincing look of it being the table where the AirPods aren't shown. But yeah, that'd be the closest you could really get. But obviously that is very, very difficult to do with the limitations of CapCut. But that's, explore with that. Try the masking option. Try to block out objects that way. Maybe you might be able to get, if I was to copy, part of my wall here and then try to place it over the lamp, maybe I could do it in CapCut. But again, pro editing software is going to have more of that kind of cool stuff. Let's see. And I'm going to try and pick some of the questions I know. Because, how do you add animation to videos? I think that's just the animation button. There's a button that says animation. You click on that, and it'll let you add, in CapCut size, animations are tutorials, transitions. So let me see if I can get a few more here before we finish up the live stream coming up at 8:58. I'm actually watching myself live while I'm live-in. Oh dear. There's probably so many questions. How do I add cool edits to a video? You add cool edits to a video. Like some of these, it's like, how do I, how do I answer these? I don't know how to add, you just add cool edits, It's like whoa, mind blowing. It's like, I don't know how to explain that. I'm not trying to be mean either to your guys' questions. CapCut versus DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve, no question. DaVinci Resolve is pro-grade software. CapCut is like mobile editing software. Even if you get it for PC, it's still mobile editing software. DaVinci Resolve, hands down. And whenever you guys ask, like, I hear all the time, people are like, I can't find CapCut for PC. Where is it? I really need CapCut for PC. It's like, guys, DaVinci Resolve's free and it's pro-grade software. They use it for movies. Like, they use this to edit movies. Why would you not want to edit with this versus CapCut? Sure, there might be a bit of a learning curve, but take the time to just learn DaVinci Resolve and use that software. I'll be making DaVinci Resolve tutorials too. So, all coming soon, hopefully. How to add end cards. Might be difficult to cover in the stream just because we are wrapping it up, but I did do a tutorial on how to add end cards, like the actual end cards right from a phone. So if you go back through my videos, you'll see how to add end cards video just using your mobile device. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is what we want to do. Can you do Star Wars lightsaber effect on CapCut? Ish. You can sort of do the lightsaber effect because what you'd basically be doing. And let me see if I can attempt to do this real quick. Because what you would basically do is you'd go to Google and you'd search something like lightsaber PNG. All right. And it would just be like a picture. And so you could using keyframes, you could move the picture of a lightsaber around, but it's not going to glow. It's not going to have that cool glowing effect. You could try green screening it. If you go to YouTube and type in green screen lightsaber, you could technically find green screen lightsaber effects where they're kind of glowing. Do the chroma key remover and then keyframe, the lightsaber moving around. Might work, might look like a poor effect. So there are ways you might be able to get it to work. I think those are two options. Use a photo of a lightsaber or use your screen recorder on your phone and, capture a video of a green screen lightsaber, remove the green screen background, and then keyframe it with your hands as you move it around. So you might be able to get away with it. All right. I have video ideas for you. Please let me know. I'll try and do another community post too, where I'm like, what videos do I need to make in CapCut? Because give me all these video ideas. I will make those tutorials. Can you really run a YouTube channel using only CapCut as your editor? 100%. You can run a YouTube channel using no editor, where you just record the video clip and upload it without any editing. Because YouTube isn't about editing, it is about the content. You can have all the fancy editing tricks, and this might be a great one to kind of well, I'll check a few other ones, but this is a good ending note. No matter what editing tricks you do, it's not going to make up for bad content. Like, you can have all the fancy editing tricks, explosions, fancy text effects, but if you're not producing good content, if you're not coming up with good ideas for a video and then actually putting together either a video that adds value and helps people or is entertaining and has good storytelling elements, it doesn't matter. Your editing skills won't matter at that point. You just need to, what's most important is the content. So even if you have the worst editor in the world, you can still be a YouTuber. You could still go full time if you wanted to, because it's really all about the content. And that's what people care about. Let me know if you guys have ever done this. Have you ever watched like a video from a webcam? Like, I have sat through an hour-long webcam video because I was interested in the content, what people were saying. I didn't care it was on a webcam. I cared about the content in the video, and it was interesting to me. So I sat and watched a webcam video for an hour. you know, people will do that because the content's interesting. That's what really matters. When I save a video more than 1x, the video quality goes down, like with overexposure. So do you mean like exporting the video and then trying to put it back into a project and exporting again? I'm not sure if that's what you mean, but if you do that, yes. The more times you export something in an editor, the lower quality it'll get. So if you export the same video like 1,000 times, the quality will like completely dissipate. So you do have to be careful how many times you're exporting something and how many, you know, like download into editor, into something else, the quality can start to diminish. I'm not sure if that's what you're referencing or not. I'm not too sure. Let's see. How do you save your videos on your phone? So this one's really easy. So I can do this one real quick. So all you really do is you click this download button, saves it to your phone. That's the easy one. So that's all you got to do. Saves to your phone. Do you suggest using the pro version of CapCut? There's a pro version? At least from my understanding, there's right now only the free version, but I'm not sure if there is. Let's see. Can you tell me the best app that can help me with YouTube videos? You know, obviously an editor like CapCut, but also get YouTube Studio. So you can take a look at, are people clicking on my videos? Are they watching them till the end? Like YouTube Studio will show you all the analytics of that, which is important because you need to know, am I making good thumbnails? And you also need to know if you're making good videos or is everyone leaving, and your audience retention, which is how long people are watching, just goes meow. Then you know, hey, I got to make a better intro. I got to hook people in better. So those would be the two apps. YouTube Studio, obviously an editor. CapCut works great. Any editor will do. Let's see. How do I start a business with YouTube? These are awesome questions. If you check out, I did a live stream on how to make money on YouTube a few live streams back. And if you go back in my videos, I actually did a video on, you know, kind of getting started with making money. I've like how to make $500. It's like 7 different ways to make $500 on YouTube. I did that video a couple of months ago. I checked that one out. That one's got some good stuff. All right. Interesting question. Aside from importing fonts, font style to CapCut, can we import other video effects or other stuff that will enhance our videos? Not necessarily. The only other thing really could be stock videos. You can obviously add green screen videos. So if you go to YouTube, there's plenty of cool green screen effects. Like you can have a dinosaur, you can have airplanes flying over, cars, you know, flipping over. They're all green screen effects. You can remove the green screen, and that technically adds a video effect. The only one I've seen really do it, LumaFusion's kind of gotten into that a bit, where you can kind of add different effects in. But yeah, there's not a lot of, you know, there's not a lot of pro grade stuff other than just importing like green screen videos and removing the background. But it'd be cool if they did, because, you know, you could do other like fire effects or gunshots and different things like that. You know, that'd be cool. Why isn't none of my questions being answered? I just answered one of your questions. And it was a simple question too. At least I thought it was simple. Not taking offense to any of you guys' questions. But also, there's a lot of questions going through here. So it's hard. I'm trying my best. I normally finish at an hour, and I'm still answering your guys' questions. I am trying my best. Thank you. Thank you, Pop-Tart. Man, I want Pop-Tarts now. Darn it. Next time I go out, I'm getting some strawberry Pop-Tarts. Ugh. That's horrible. Let's see. I think I talked about this, but I'll still bring it up. How to download non-copyright photo and video website. Pexels. That's the place I go. Pexels. Pexels. Plenty of stock photos and videos. I usually have enough from that website to satisfy my needs. I hate KineMaster started to charge more. Yes, everyone is upset with KineMaster for that. They're charging so little, and all of a sudden, poof, pay over $100, please. Which might have gotten a lot of people over to CapCut, honestly, but it is unfortunate. That is a lot for a mobile editor, you know. I agree. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to answer ones that I might be able to answer here. How do you stop delays in your videos? Ooh, this is interesting. How do you stop delays in your videos when it's posted to YouTube? There's no way to stop it at that point. Once it's uploaded, it's uploaded. You'd have to re-edit it and then upload it, which I know is probably a pain, but yeah, that's what you'd have to do. And sometimes it's gonna be tough to catch those delays, but yes, that's really the only option there. I'm gonna try and get through a few more questions here before we wrap up the live stream. I'm going over the hour, but that's because I am committed to helping you guys. But real quick, this live stream is sponsored by Melon. Bring them up again before we close out the live stream, answer some final questions. If we get 2 more signups tonight, I'm wearing a Melon costume next week. It's easy enough to live stream in 5 clicks with Melon. You can live stream to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn, you can live stream there as well. But really a simple tool and super affordable too. Like compared to a lot of the other competitors out there, Melon, I think, is the best bang for your buck. Super easy to use. And yeah, they're free to get started. You can just start live streaming right away for free. Click the link down below, sign up. It's appreciated because they are sponsoring this live stream. So when you show love to Melon, you're showing love to me. So thank you, Melon, for sponsoring this live stream. They really are awesome. It's how I'm doing this whole CapCut thing. I wouldn't be able to do it without Melon. All right. Hello, hope I'm not late. You very well might be. We are at the end of the live stream. We do start this live stream at 8 o'clock. And we are almost done. Yes. All right. I'm trying to get to some of these recent questions here just because I feel like I fell behind. Let's see. Oh, yes. Rest in peace, Filmic Pro. Can we have a moment of silence for Filmic? Man, subscription model. You know, and a lot of people do subscription model. Here'd be the one thing I'd say would be good about Filmic Pro going to subscription model. If it means they add more pro features in, you know, it's a good thing. It's probably a good thing. But they really have to be adding some really good stuff if it's going to be a subscription model, like some really, really good stuff where it's like, okay, I'll pay monthly for this. It's worth it. But if they don't, if they keep it the exact same and don't do anything, it's like, why am I paying more money for the exact same features? No reason. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, Filmic's awesome, but yeah, they gotta add some good stuff in there if you're going to go that subscription model. All right. Let's see. I'm looking. How do I make lightning shoot from my fingers? That's an interesting one. So what you could probably do, let me actually just see. I don't know if there's an actual effect inside of CapCut, but we can check real quick. If we go to effects, body effects, I would think. I'm just curious if there is an electric. There's this electric currents that are like current around your face. I don't know if that's necessarily what you're looking for, but you know, that's see, it kind of zaps around me. If you're looking to like, you know, Darth Sidious Star Wars electrify from your fingers, what I would probably do in that case, you can find on YouTube green screen effects, and one of those is lightning, and then you just remove so you do your screen recorder, play the green screen clip from YouTube of the lightning effect, import that into CapCut, do the green screen remover. So it's just the lightning effect, and you can kind of crop it in and put it on your finger, and you can lightning from your fingers like that. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. All right. Let's see. I got a 14 Pro. How do you hold your camera to vlog? Also, how to save your video to your file, and how do you blur others out of your video? Okay, that's a lot of questions, but I'll try and answer them. How do you hold your camera to vlog? So the way I do it, I use the front-facing camera. If you have the 14, it now has autofocus on the front-facing camera. So I just hold it out like that. That's how I vlog. I wouldn't worry about using these cameras at all. You don't need to get fancy with it. You can see yourself on the screen. Boom. Just hold it out like that. That's probably fine. Saving your videos to your file. Your phone's going to do that automatically. So you don't need to worry about that. It'll save it to your photo gallery, and then you can go into CapCut or anything and be able to save those videos. And then if you want to blur people out of your videos, basically what you would do, and for that, let me hop over to this. I probably need to keep my live stream open because that was my source of seeing things. What you would do for that is inside of CapCut, you would click Effects. You would click on Body Effects. Lose my voice. And then you would click on Cover-Ups. And then in here, you'll see the blur face mosaic. You can click on that, click the check mark. As you can see, it's blurring my face. And then all I got to do is click on this part and extend it however long I want the face blurred. And it'll do a pretty good job of like tracking the face and making sure it stays blurred. You can also click adjust if you want to make it, the size of the blur. So if you want it really, really blurry, you can increase the blur size. But yeah, that is how you would do that inside of CapCut. So hopefully that helps answer your questions. Good luck with your vlog. All right. Is there any way to clone yourself? Yes, there is a way to clone yourself. If you search CapCut clone Colin Michael on YouTube, I show how to clone yourself. I actually cloned 3 of myself, but you could repeat that exact same process and be able to make a clone army. Totally. So just search clone Colin Michael YouTube. It'll come right up. And Tech for Your Needs is here. What is up? We are going to be wrapping up this live stream. Let me know before we exit, because there's 3 of you, should we do this again? Was this useful? Let me know in the chat if this was something, if this is useful. And yes, 3, I was able to get 3 of me. I could probably, you could probably increase that size there of clones, but let me know if this is helpful. I will try and do more CapCut live streams or video editing live streams. Maybe even showing you guys how I edit my videos. And you can just kind of see my whole process and follow along with how I would edit a video. But yes, do it again. We're seeing yeses in the chat. Let's go. We will do more live streams like this. So that way, because I feel like it is kind of helpful, because then I can actually get your guys' questions. And then instead of me just sending you a message like on a comment section down below, and you're like, I think I know what I'm doing. It's like I can show you visually on my iPad here and show you what I'm clicking on, how I'm, getting certain effects. And maybe I can put together, even some more advanced stuff that we can get into too. So awesome. And you're here and you haven't even subscribed. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Smash that subscribe button. We are on a mission to get to 200K, which we're totally going to do. I'm getting more motivated now with creating content than I have been over the last month. So hopefully I'll be dishing out a lot of content. We're going to grow. We're going to build this community out. But awesome. Thank you all for joining this live stream. Appreciate it. If you are leaving, you got 2 minutes. If you sign up to Melon and I get 2 more people in, I'm going to be wearing that Melon costume next week. It's going to be hot. It's going to be pretty funny too, because it's a pretty ridiculous Melon costume. But we need 2 more signups. It takes 2 minutes since we're ending the live stream. If you hop over there and sign up for Melon, that'd be huge. Make me super happy. Thank you all for joining this live stream. I will catch you all next week. And speaking of Melon, they'll let me play some exit video where we can kind of chill in the chat. If you guys want to do that, I don't know. Let me just see. I think there is an ending. Thanks for watching. Oh, it's only 20 seconds. That's all right. Anyway, thanks for all for being here. We'll see you all next week.